So hello, my lovelies, and I'm so happy to see you again, to be with you again after all this time. I've been out a bit, but let me see if I can you hear me? Because I think, anyway, I'm happy to be with you again. I've been working on us actually all this time for this community, actually, which you belong. And I've been working mainly on the newsletter, the Art of Travel newsletter, which I release every 6 months. So last one was released on June at the mid of the year, in the middle of the year. And the next one is always at the end of the year, which is the holiday season edition. And it's coming out on December, so that means about next week. So I am excited on that. And also inside the newsletter, you will see all the upcoming products that we are going to have for the community for next year. All the products is a brief description, but they are going to be there inside the newsletter. The newsletter is on my website, so you can download it from there. Also, you can download the previous edition if you haven't, and if you want it. They are all different. What else? In the newsletter, we are going to talk about us, which is the Art of Travel community, what we have done this year, all the upcoming products, as I said. Then there is a section of Feng Shui and coaching. There is another stories and things related to money management. It has so many things inside. It has 5 sessions. The newsletter always has five main sessions, and then inside it has subtitles. So that's about the newsletter, and you will have the information for what we did and we are going to have available for this coming year together. I am excited about that. But today we are going to talk about the complete checklist for leadership in traveling and life. Also that is on my website as well, the checklist, and also I have a case study. There in the checklist for leadership in traveling and life, we have 10 points. I did 10 points. We are going to cover 5 of them today, and tomorrow at the same time we are going to do the next 5. So let's go to the checklist. They are show notes. They work for traveling and they work for life. The idea is that you can also download that or print it if you find them useful. You can have them on your place, anywhere you can see them often. And also, if you would like to develop any of these topics further with me, on the checklist, which is in my website, the complete checklist, at the end you have a button that it says let's talk, so we can talk further. So I am available for you for that. But we are going to cover briefly 5 of the 10 points, and tomorrow we are going to do the next 5. All right. So the first point is this. Get clear on your interest. However, don't plan everything to the detail. See, because when we travel, let's talk about traveling, but we can apply that for the decisions we make in our lives. They have common things. So it's a journey, the journey in traveling and the journey of life. Um, Usually, we may have to have the interest very clear, but we don't have to plan everything to the detail, because we have to leave some space for the unexpected and be open to something that may happen to us, because we never the real reason is that we never know the real reason of the trip. We have an idea, but when we decide, there are many things going on at the same time. So we never know. So if you think about yourself, uh, you can see that, because it happened to me. Like anything that I plan it. I plan something, or I have the idea or the main details, but then I had some surprises, like on the way, that things were kind of planned, as planned, but they were not really. The turnout was not really exactly. So you have to be open for that. So don't plan everything, like those, for example, those tours or things that are made like, okay, at 10 p.m. we move here, 11, because you don't know what's going to happen. You don't know what's going to happen, and you want to have that space open for the unknown, for the unexpected, and the good stuff for you. You don't really know the reason of your traveling on or your journey. Okay, that's one point. Then the second one is get assistance from people when you are on your own, because the real thing is that sometimes we feel threatened because we are in a new place, in a new with new people we don't know, and you know, and the real thing is that people, most of the time, they like to help us. They like to help us. Think about yourself when someone asks you about something, some indication or whatever. You are happy to do that, right? You are happy to do that. And when you ask, if you are on the other side, when you ask, you find out, well, maybe I tried so hard to approach this person, and finally they were so nice to me. They were so nice, and they helped me. I had people inviting me for dinner, whatever. Like there's really nice people out there, and people want to help. So don't really, because it is the unknown, don't think that you are not going to be helped, or things like that. Think more positive in a way. The third one is that make sure you have the right attitude and follow your intuition. Okay, two things. First one is the attitude, because and the second one is intuition. The attitude determines everything. So if you approach in a good way, to someone, and with a positive attitude, optimistic, then you get that. If you are thinking, well, this is not going to happen, and thinking that, it's not going to happen. See? So the way you think is the way it's going to happen. So your attitude determines everything. So that's one thing. And the other thing you have, especially when you travel on your own, is consider your intuition, because your intuition is a sense of knowing. So you got to trust that, together with, having the right attitude, but considering your intuition, which, if it is telling you something, then take care of, consider that. Attitude determines everything, and you cannot go wrong with your sense of knowing. You cannot go wrong. If your intuition is telling you then probably is okay. Well, number 4 consider the possibilities of the unknown instead of feeling threatened. Because the real thing is that the differences enrich us, okay? And reveal great opportunities. Think about different cultures or different languages. Like I know people, some people approach them with they speak a different language, for example, and they don't know the language, and they go like this. I mean, it doesn't matter if you don't know Chinese and a Chinese person approaches you. That's a great opportunity. I mean, in my case, I am curious. Like if a person talking another language approaches me, I said, "Oh, how interesting! What's language do you speak?" And I am like this. But it's not rare that people feel threatened about that because you don't know about it. So it is a common attitude. But remember that you can learn a lot and enrich yourself from that. It's a great opportunity. It's a great opportunity, especially with cultures. I said languages, but cultures in general, whatever practice, whatever cultural practice. Okay, and the fifth one is be yourself no matter what. Okay, because the real thing is when you are traveling, nobody knows you, and that doesn't happen in the real life in everyday life. Because let's say you know your mother-in-law, then okay, let's say she's coming your way, and you say, "Oh, there she comes," because you have an idea of your mother-in-law, so you expect what she's going to say, the mood she is on, the average behavior she usually has. You expect that, so you have a package, a package that you apply to it, and you are preconditioned to that person. When you travel, that doesn't happen. That doesn't happen. People don't know you, and you don't know people. You don't know people, and they don't know you. So they meet you for the first time. They see your face, this face, let's say, and they say, "Who are you? Who are you?" They have no preconceived idea of yourself, and that is good. That is what we should do always with everyone, because sometimes people that we don't think very well of, sometimes they approach and say, "Oh, listen, you were carrying this. I saw it in the floor, and it's yours." "Ah, okay, yes." And you never know. So it's not good to have a preconceived idea of something and see everything, not only people, everything with new eyes. That's what we do when we travel, and that's how we should behave in life as well, because we give more opportunities to everything. When we don't judge, see, beforehand, and we approach that with new eyes. Okay, let's see what happens here. Let's see who this person is. Let's see what they have. Because if we judge, we lose opportunities. And when we judge, we lose them. The main opportunity we lose is that to love, because love and judging, they don't go together. Okay, so be yourself no matter what. It is easy when we travel, since nobody knows us. It is easy, and the sensation of freedom is priceless. That's something that I particularly like about that is nobody knows me. I can be myself, and I love that, because I do that even in everyday life, or I try most of the time. It's easier when we travel, see. Otherwise you have to go against society and everything. But that's one of the things that I like the most about traveling. So, and I try to apply it to life as well. So, okay, a new day, a new beginning, something new, like start from zero, from scratch. So, those are the 5 points of the first 5 points of the complete checklist for leadership in traveling and life. I hope you like the concepts. I hope you agree, but let me know if you agree, if you disagree, or what you think about it. And also, if you want to share what happened on your last trip that you did, where did you go, and where did you go, and which experiences did you have, and especially if they are related with these concepts that I just mentioned. Or also let me know if you are planning to do a trip and where, when this situation gets better. But mainly, I would like to know the experiences you had on your last trip, and if they are related to these points that I mentioned. If you ever want to deepen on this, I am available to you. And this checklist is on my website. You can go there. There is an introduction, actually. Then there's the checklist, and then you have a button where it says let's talk, so we can deepen anytime on that. So you are welcome. And tomorrow at this very same time, we are going to do the next 5 points of this checklist on leadership and in traveling and life. So let me know the concepts, your last trip, and tomorrow I'll see you again with the next 5 steps. Okay? Have a great evening, everyone. Bye-bye.